You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. We're at YouTube /@National. That's at NATIONOLE. And then for IG, X, and all the other links, you can find us on Linktree. That's Linktree /National Show, NATIONOLESHOW. And then you can go directly to the source to get all the updates from national.com. That's NATIONOLE.com. You can catch the latest episode. You can catch all of our link shares. And you can get you some spiffy product to put on your back. You know,
that's right.
Time coming. Get you some sweatshirts, some t-shirts, some tote bags, some coffee mugs. Just holler at us. You know what I mean? We got you for all of what you need. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, just kind of recovering from a shitty weekend. You know, I hate when we take L's on both teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst, man. When the Bucks and the Nells lose, it takes me a few days to get over it, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
More proud of the Bucks though. At least they was fighting with, you know,
so many injuries.
Yeah, dude. Like our whole fucking wide receiver corp is hurt right now, man.
Yeah.
Running back.
I like that they keep fighting though.
To play one of the top teams in the NFC and, you know, to have that many injuries and still keep it that competitive, bro, it just gives you nothing but hope. Sorry to hear about Mike Evans, though. That was the sucky
just
part,
got back, man. Just got back from injury and then gets a concussion. Hopefully it's a week or two, you know, at the most. You know, hopefully he's back in action soon. I'm really in awe of Baker Mayfield at how much he gets out of the guys, even when there's injuries, right? Like no matter who he runs out there with, he gets more out of them than other quarterbacks would get out of them, I feel.
Yeah, but it's it looks like Mike Evans, he got a broken clavicle, bro.
Oh, clavicle. I thought he got a fucking concussion.
He did. I think he got a concussion too.
On
top of the concussion, he got a broken clavicle. That's what's gonna have him out for the remainder of the year.
That sucks. That's bad for the Bucks. Real bad for the Bucks. He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, there's not even a conversation about it. You know, it's very rare that like this early in somebody's career, you're just absolutely sure. Like he's going to the Hall of Fame, right? He's got like a decade straight of 1,000 yards or something like that.
Say like 11. Yeah, this is his first year. This will be his first year of not reaching 1,000 yards. He's tied Jerry Rice
already.
Consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. This would have been the one to break the record or whatever. So
amazing.
I mean, when you tie Jerry Rice, bro, and Jerry Rice is. Yeah, right.
You can tie Jerry Rice and how long it took you to cook dinner, and I'm still impressed, right? Like Jerry Rice is like one of the greatest humans ever. So that's fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely the Michael Jordan of the NFL, man.
Yeah. Well, let's do a quick Prono update. There's just 3 games we didn't talk about, earlier when we did the Monday show. You know, so. Let's talk about Sunday night. Let's talk about the 2 Monday night games real quick, or at least the guys who played in them. And then we got to talk about a few other things while we're on the subject. So first and foremost, Sunday night was San Francisco and that's Atlanta. No, it's hold on. I have it right here. Let me just pull it up rather than just trying to remember. No, I was right. San Francisco, Atlanta. San Francisco ended up winning the game 20-10, which sucks if you bet on Atlanta like I did. We got two pro Knowles on the Niners, right? One is Renardo Green. Was out there, got some run. You know, the 49ers got a lot of injuries on defense. So there's a lot of guys getting, you know, they're going 2-3 deep on their depth chart and they're adding people out of that. But so he's out there. He got some run. He got 2 tackles. And then Tatum Bethune. He is, first off, I didn't realize it was like a direct connection to the Bethune, as in Bethune-Cookman School. He's
For real?
Like, yeah, he's like the great-great-grandson or great-great-grandnephew or something.
Whoa! Yeah. I don't know why I never put that together.
Oh, man, that's royalty right there. That's African-American royalty right there, bro. He's a legend, dude. That's cool. That's cool that we're talking about his grandson or great-grandson or nephew or whatever it is, family member. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But the 49ers suffered a bad injury last week, and Fred Warner, probably the best, maybe arguably the best defensive player in the league right now. He is out for the season. It is Tatum Bethune who slid, you know, next man up, slid into the spot, however you want to phrase it, whatever cliche you want to use. 2 weeks in a row, he's got 10 tackles. He's filling that hole. He's stepping up and doing the job that he was prepared to do at Florida State. Boy, this is beautiful, man. It's sad. You know, that's the nature of professional sports. It's sad how people get their opportunities. It's always because somebody else's opportunity didn't go well or an injury happened or whatever. But what it's really about is taking advantage of your opportunities. And Tatum Bethune seems to be taking advantage of his opportunities. I'm proud of him. And yeah, I'm excited to watch him develop the rest of the season and throughout his career. He's going to benefit greatly years from now from getting all this run early in his career. So it's good shit. Good shit all around, man.
Definitely.
There were 2 games Monday night. Only one of them had a Florida State Seminole. It was the Texans and the Seahawks. Seahawks won the game 27-19. Kind of surprising. I sort of saw the Texans making a turn. I thought CJ was getting back to that rookie year, but I don't know what's happened. He's just not the same quarterback he was.
Yeah.
Also, they don't have the best offensive line in the game. That doesn't help, right? But Mario Edwards Jr. From the Texans, he played a bit. You know, he got some plays. He's been on the field more and more, but there were no stats of note this week. Yeah, and we will on Monday's show, or for Monday's show, we'll talk NWSL because their regular season ends Sunday, and we'll talk NBA because we'll have a weekend. You know, we'll have a week worth of games. There's no point in talking about a game today. You know, so we'll have a week worth of stuff to look at. One other thing, quick. Our guy, Big Dumper.
The
Mariners went to the Division Series, right, and played the Toronto Blue Jays. They lost in 7 games by 1 run. In that last at bat, when they're down 1 run, Big Dumper and his, how many did he have? Hold on, I just wrote it down. And his 12 postseason games this season, he got 4 home runs. He's had a great postseason. He's led this team all season. He was on deck in the bottom of the 9th inning in Game 7, down a run. Like, had the guy reached base, whether he walked or a base hit or whatever, he would have had the dream, every kid's dream, the bottom of the 9th, bases loaded or whatever, down a run, right? Like, it was so, but he had a great year. I mean, really, really great year. If Aaron Judge wasn't amazing, he'd be a shoo-in for the MVP. He still might get the MVP over Aaron Judge. We'll see. Or at least the AL MVP. I can't imagine anybody's getting the NL MVP that's not named Shohei Ohtani. The fact what he's doing on on the pitcher's mound and at the plate is just stupid. I don't know if you saw what happened the other night, but he had 3 home runs and struck out 10 guys in a playoff game.
But I saw the
right in a playoff game, right?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It is like that compared to the next greatest baseball game ever played is a big gap, man. Not only did he do it on both sides, right? That would have been the greatest game most baseball players ever had on either, with the at-bat performance or the pitching performance. Not only did he do both in the same game, but it was in the playoffs. It's just amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's it. That is the Pro Noll report. It's not the easiest thing to say, guys. That is your Pro Noll report for Thursday, October 23rd, 2025, presented by National.com. Until you call us and pay us a little something to sponsor the Pro Noll report, and then it will be presented by whatever the name of your company is.
Boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
We got email. You can just email us. It's the nationalshow@gmail.com or something like that. Yeah, I should just double check that before I say that on the
I was doing the same thing.
I'm not
Yep, you're right.
No, I did right. Woohoo! The problem is some of our website addresses are national and some are national show. So we got to check something. Yeah, man. That was that, dude. That was shout out to Big Dumper. He revived my interest in baseball to a degree that I didn't think anybody could do. You know what I mean? Obviously, Shohei caught my attention. I lived in Japan for several years as a younger man. Before I met you, I lived in Japan for 2 years. So I've always kind of been partial to the Japanese baseball players, right? When in fact, the year I lived there, it was right after I finished my first trip to graduate school, my master's degree. I went over to Japan, and it was Matsui's first year with the Yankees. Okay,
I remember that.
Probably maybe Ichiro's second or third year with the Mariners, but it was Matsui's first year, and it was such a big deal over there because Ichiro became a legend. Like he was already like everybody loved him and everything. Like I don't mean to say he wasn't a star, but he became a legend in time. Matsui was Godzilla. That's what they called him from day one, dude. He was a star early, you know? And so it was fun. I grew up a Yankees fan, so I got to talk a lot of trash. And when I tell you, every television in Japan was on at 6, 7 in the morning every morning. People would get up, they'd make their breakfast, they'd have their coffee, and they'd watch back to back. They'd watch the Yankees first, because the East Coast, and then the Mariners game, and then they'd go start their day. They'd go to work. They'd go do whatever. Like it was a really big deal, and it was cool to watch. And so I've always been partial to Japanese guys, obviously. But even Shohei, like, didn't get me to like root for. Like I when I would get news about how his exploits, I'd be happy for him, right? But I didn't like tune in or have alerts on my phone. Cal Raleigh has me like getting things like, oh, Cal Raleigh, get another one, you know, like that's an engagement I haven't had with baseball in a long time. And granted, it's only because he went to Florida State, but honestly, baseball should take anybody's interest wherever they can find it, right? Like, they should be happy to have me because that's a pretty boring sport. Like they've obviously been trying the last few years to fix it. Maybe they're getting there.
Yeah, I kind of dropped off when Buster Posey retired, man. That's kind of who I used to follow around or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, he's the director of baseball ops for the Giants.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Buster Posey and then Andrew Miller, who I went to school with, I used to follow, whatever. So when them guys retired, I was just.
I remember that, dude. Buster Posey should probably have us out for a game in Candlestick, right? Or wherever they play now. They don't play in Candlestick Park. They have their own.
It is nice. You said he's managing the Giants.
Yeah, he's the director of baseball operations. I mean, it's like
that's kind of dope. I was a Giants fan when Bonds played for the Giants, right? Yeah.
When I moved out to San Francisco to go to graduate school, this is 2 years before I went to Japan, right? I went to San Francisco to go to graduate school. My first weekend there. Shout out to Chris Rogers, who has appeared to talk about Philly sports several times on the Bet Your Ash podcast. he rode cross country with me, and we took the scenic route, and we stopped in a bunch of stops, and we went to LA, and he grew up with a guy who used to play for the LA Galaxy named Chris Albright, who was a legend in the MLS. And so we went to an MLS game in LA. It was a good time. It was actually at the Rose Bowl. That's how long ago this was. This was when the LA Galaxy were still playing in the Rose Bowl. But our first weekend in the Bay Area, we did let me get this order right. I think I'm doing this right. Saturday, we went to see the Giants, and Barry Bonds hit a ball into McCovey Cove, hit a home run into McCovey Cove. And Sunday, we went to see the Athletics, and Mark McGwire hit one out of the Coliseum.
Dang.
It was pretty cool. Dang. Pretty cool. In one weekend, we saw both of those, dude. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, whatever your stances are in steroids and baseball back then, I mean, it was still pretty cool to witness, you know.
Yeah, and then you can't blame shit. Everybody was using it at that point.
Yeah, 80% from everything, you know, from everything they say, 70 to 80% of the pitches were thrown by people on steroids too. So you can't be mad at the hitters, right? That's
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the most exciting I've seen baseball my whole life, is during the whole Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds home run record time or whatever. Yeah. And then Sammy Sosa.
That back-to-back thing they did that one year, that was a big deal. I remember that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, look at us. A couple of old guys talking about baseball. This is America.
Right.
Oh man. All right. Well, listen. Let's pivot to this weekend. Bye weekend for our guys. Couldn't have come. Honestly, it probably could have come a week sooner.
Yeah, I was hoping we was gonna get some news this week, but from the looks of it, we broke, so we may not get that news until the end of the season, and I ain't mad.
You got any money to throw in the hat?
I'm about to say, not enough. I keep forgetting, man, like, because you know I keep comparing us like up the road with Billy Napier and him getting fired, but fuck, he don't have a coaching staff as expensive as ours or whatever. So
also his number was higher last year when they chose to keep him. Right? Like, we're in the boat Florida was last year. We can't afford to fire him yet. We can't afford to fire Norvell yet, right? Which,
right.
On one hand, couldn't be great for Coach Norvell. He could infuse the team with an attitude and turn it around and maybe save his job, not just till the end of the year, but in the future, like Billy Napier did last year. On the other hand, it makes his job a lot fucking harder, because every weekend it gets a little bit cheaper to fire him. A little bit cheaper to fire him. Pretty soon, you know, you discount something and you discount something, and all of a sudden somebody can afford it. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man.
Just me personally, he could win every last game
for
the season, and it's just I mean, I felt like, and there's nothing against him personally. This year I had to fine tune myself to look at him objectively, because I fell a victim of falling in love with JT, and JT is in love with Norvell, so you kind of get stuck in that little swirl of
transitive love property.
Yeah. You kind of get stuck in that. But when I look at this the way I look at any business that I've been a part of or whatever, I've been in management and stuff or whatever, and we evaluate talent, we evaluate workforce, and you have certain points you have to do. You have certain things you have to hit. I can break it down into, if I'm working at McDonald's and I tell my burger man, you got to make 400 burgers a day, and we're only getting 150. Something's got to give at some point,
Even if you're just getting even if you ask for 400 and you're only getting 350. Eventually you got to have a conversation.
That first conversation. Okay, your personal life. Okay, you was late today. Okay, dude, we're 3, 4, 5, 6 years in now. Like, how many? I've never seen a head coach get as many excuses as Norvell has gotten, bro. Like, think about it, man. He's gotten COVID, he's gotten NIL, he's gotten playoff disgruntlement, injuries.
Couldn't close the door because
right.
Had JT out there in a game he didn't need to be out there in, and
Right. And it's like all of these you're getting, and then you got schools like Indiana, ain't no excuses. We boom, bam, we in this thing. You know what I mean? You got teams that are doing way more with way less. So, and like you said, it's something that you said that's really been fucking running through my head these last couple of weeks when you broke down the difference between paying under the table and over the table with taxes. That's some real shit right there, bro. That's some real shit. It's like now I'm getting taxed on the money I'm paying you, so this shit gotta work, you know.
It costs more.
Yeah,
it
that's
costs
exactly
more.
what
So
I thought
I need,
about when Penn State fired their coach. I'm like,
it costs more, so I need higher returns.
Yep.
Right, that's the nature of an investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're willing to invest what you feel fairly compensated for, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I have to invest more, I expect my compensation better go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a transaction.
Yeah.
I think not just Florida State. A lot of schools are going to start having to figure out what to do when they lose donors, because there's going to be donors that can't keep it up and don't feel like it's worth it to keep sending over 30 mil every year, right? Like that's a lot of money right now. Yes, maybe they make X, you know what? Maybe they make $1 billion a year. So sending over 30 million is not a big deal to them, but still, rich people are only rich because they keep an eye on all their expenses. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wait, I'm spending 30 million on what? No. So we keep spending that. Wait, I don't know. Wait a minute. That fucking coach, they keep playing. They keep bad decision this, bad decision that. You know what? Not this year. That's last thing you want to hear from one of your donors. Not this year. That'll fuck shit up, bro. So, I don't know why they chose to keep Norvell unless it was a very serious conversation with some very serious donors. There had to have been that. Like, listen, it costs X to fire him. It costs Y to keep him.
And then we got the renovations going on too. So
it had to have been a business decision. And now that you've just brought up the renovations, you're absolutely right. They're asking the same people to pay for the renovations that they are asking to pay for the head coach. Right? On one hand, the renovations are going well. On the other hand, the head coach isn't.
Right.
Where's my check going to be earmarked for? My check's going to be earmarked for the bleachers.
Yeah, put yourself in their shoes. 1 week is, hey, man, we need 50 mil for this new stadium and facilities. Like, okay, cool. Hey, man, we just had a bad year. We need to go out and hire Gus. Okay. Hey, man, we need to get Tony White. We need a defense. All right, man. Hey, man, we got to fire these guys. Well, wait a goddamn minute. Didn't I just pay? You know what I mean? After a while, it's like, damn, man, what the fuck is going on with my money, bro? Like,
I've never had kids, but that always seemed to me like, it seems to me like that's what having teenagers is all about. It's like one thing after, I need $50 for sneakers. Hey, I need $20 for books. Oh, I want to go to the movies with my friends.
That's exactly what it's like.
Where's my money? Where's my money? I'm just giving it away.
Right. Oh man, that you hit it on the hammer on the nail right there. That's it. So yeah, man. So yeah, I don't think there'll probably be a change until the end of the year.
At soonest.
Yeah.
There are some other games this week that we might want to pay attention to, even though we're not playing, even though Florida State's not playing. Ole Miss and Oklahoma, both coming off of losses. Right? Oklahoma lost to Texas, and Ole Miss lost to what's it called the other day?
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. Yeah. The question is, which one is the quickest to bounce back in this game? Right? It's at Oklahoma. It's in Norman, right? Ole Miss is heading there. Ole Miss is getting 5.5 points as the road team. But Mateer, is that how you pronounce his name? The quarterback for Oklahoma? I think so. He played a little last week, but he's still coming off an injury and a surgery. This seems like too many points to me. I think this will be a very close game, and I think Ole Miss can easily steal it in Norman. So, yeah, I kind of like Ole Miss here. I kind of like Ole Miss at Oklahoma this weekend.
Yep, same here. Yeah.
Lane Kiffin is a very good head coach. I imagine he will have those guys in the right place after a big loss at Georgia.
Only down draw side to that is if Lane is in the Jimbo Fisher mode. Last year he was at Florida State. And that's the only thing I can kind of see getting in the way of it with the Florida vacancy opening up, all the interest that he's gotten. Maybe he's spending a little extra time.
He's got an agent.
You know what I mean?
Nah, man, he don't do those conversations. He's got a great agent.
Yeah. I agree. I just put that out there or whatever.
Yeah.
Jimbo had more going on with his personal, situation.
Oh yeah, he was going through all kinds of chaos.
Yeah. But I don't think that would affect him. I just had to put that out.
You think Kiffin's gonna leave Ole Miss for Florida or Penn State?
I mean, why not? If one of my friends put it to me, if you're an alpha coach like him, why stay at Ole Miss? Like, Ole Miss is not the.
If you wait 2 more years, you'll get Oregon or Texas.
Oregon or Texas,
or whatever. You'll get Ohio. Maybe you set yourself up as the fucking guy who takes over for Coach Day in a couple years. I don't know. You're jumping to Florida and you have this track record of 5 years tops at each school. Like, that's not a great look.
Oh, I agree.
And hang out at Ole Miss for a few more years. You can pick where does your wife want to live? Your wife live like Northern California? Cool. I'll go coach at Cal or Stanford. Or is your wife like whatever? You don't have to. Whatever your decision making is, that's your decision making. I'm just saying, he would have his pick of jobs. I don't know. Maybe I just don't want. Maybe I just wouldn't take the Florida job, and therefore I think
that's what it is. The only reason I mention that is because he has shown interest in it. Just this year, they asked him why he wear a visor, and he's like, because Steve Spurrier is the best coach in college ever in college football or something or whatever.
So maybe he goes to the University of South Carolina. I mean, like that's.
I don't know, man. They've kind of been toe tapping, so to say, these last couple months or whatever. So I could see that more along the lines of anything. And then you got to think of his brand is heavy offense. That's Florida's DNA. You know what I mean? Back to Steve Spurrier.
It would be really bad for Florida State.
Oh yeah. Now, if I was him, I agree with 1,000% with what you said. I wouldn't touch Florida with a 10-foot pole. How radioactive they are with coaches the last X amount of years. Look how they did fucking Urban Meyer.
LSU is about to be available.
Yeah, I agree. It's your pick of the litter, bro.
You literally just sit back and wait a year and a half, and you can have the LSU job.
Penn State, like you said,
I would much rather
you go. Yeah, well, you go there. You don't have. Yeah, but you don't have as much competition as in the SEC or whatever, so you're able to accomplish more or whatever.
I would argue that the Big Ten has more competition nowadays. They got better funded schools, bro. They got better funded schools, and that's all. And now it's just the money game. Now it's not about reputation. It's not about fanfare. It's not about, oh, look, we have the best party every Sunday. We call it a cocktail hour. Whatever the fuck it is, it's not about that shit anymore. It's not about your daddy went to here and your daddy went to state and your uncle went to state and your grandpa went to state. It's not about that shit anymore. It's about who got a bag for me. And the fact is, Michigan got deeper pockets. Ohio State got deeper pockets. The average Big Ten school is shit. Indiana found it. They got so many billionaires and millionaires that graduated from there. They were able to find it quick with just the right hire. Right. And USC, UCLA, and Oregon and Washington are now in the Big Ten. And so you have to factor them into that conversation. There's some really big budgets in the Big Ten.
I only say the SEC because the SEC still has the ESPN relationship, so there will always be the favored conference, no matter who's better. So they're gonna get more exposure, and they still have the upper echelon when it comes to recruiting versus other conferences because of that. I feel like, or whatever, because you're seeing more of these. Because look at the trend, bro. You're seeing all the top athletes go to SEC schools, and then they transfer out to other schools after 1 year or so.
Yeah, because they realize the other schools have more money to get.
Yeah. But
it.
But they're still going there first. That's what I'm saying, or whatever. So they're still drawing in all of the talent and stuff. That could change. That could change at the end of this year, the way the NIL is going, or whatever. But I still feel like the SEC still got the pull. Just ESPN, bro. Who do they always push? Who are the winners of picks and stuff or whatever? It's always SEC favor. You know the shit. You know how they snubbed our ass out for Alabama. But I agree. But it also with the money, all of that shit, I feel like some of these big schools know how to spend their money better because if you're Alabama, you've been doing this for 20 plus years. So you have a bit of more, way of how to handle this money, move this money, who to pay versus a team like Texas Tech, I'm not gonna say SMU, but like another team like Clemson or somewhere who, you may have 20 mil to spend or whatever, but you're new to the game of spending like this on a regular basis or whatever,
right,
or this massive amount or whatever. But one thing I will say, I fucking love it. I love the way the tides are turning. I love the equal opportunity from all these teams. I fucking love the Indianas of the league, the SMUs. I love it, bro. I love it. This is making college football so much. I'm way more live on Saturdays than Sundays, and it hasn't been like this in a long time, bro.
Yeah, agreed. 2 more games we should talk about. 2 more meetings of ranked opponents. Missouri, talked about a few times this season. They are presently 15th in the country. Speaking of the SEC, getting love. They are getting 2.5 points as they go to Nashville to play Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is 10th in the nation right now. Never thought I'd say that. Never.
Me either. That's another team you got to watch out for. That coach might be riding somewhere.
For sure.
Vanderbilt don't know. As soon as they get a good coach, he gone.
There's something to the shit. If you can do it there, you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, because you got that's with the academics and stuff. Like Stanford, if you're able to put a good team together in Stanford or Cal, these teams, hell yeah.
Yeah, agreed fully. So that's an interesting one. I don't see me betting it. I just don't know enough about either of these teams. And also, I always wonder with these teams like Vanderbilt if they're if the bubble's going to burst. You know what I mean? Or they're going to hit a wall or whatever. And so streaky teams like that I tend to avoid. That's an interesting game though. And I definitely when it's one of those games where I'll be watching something else. The highlight of this will pop on. I'll be like, you know what? Let me switch over to that game for a little bit. It's just one of those games.
Yeah, man.
The other game to talk about, also SEC matchup, number 3, Texas A&M at number 20, LSU. I don't know how.
And they giving LSU 2.5. No, man.
2.5 points at home. It's a home dog.
Yeah.
You're betting LSU here?
Hell yeah. Yes. It's kind of like
mess this year, bro.
Yeah, but they still got that tough ass defense. They still got Gus Meyer, and their backs against the ropes right now, bro.
But it's playing well.
But it's in Death Valley. What time is the game? That's
it is in Death Valley. Yeah,
that's the question. Hold on, let me see. If it's at nighttime, I'm betting on LSU because
I mean there's that whole Death Valley on a Saturday night thing. It's no joke.
Yep.
Yes, sir. It is 7:30 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, bro. LSU on that one. Watch me. LSU.
Interesting. So big SEC weekend, 3 big matchups down in that conference. They're kind of dominating the board this weekend. Those are the big ones. it's rare that I disagree with you about a game, but right now I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think Texas A&M's the better team. I think LSU, that head coach is a joke. He's a mess. They're falling apart. I think that job's available next. Yeah, I don't know. We're on different sides on that one.
Yeah, the thing that's pulling me is the home, that the fact that they're playing at home, bro. If they were playing on the road, I would definitely give it to Texas A&M. But at home with that defense that they got, bro, that Texas A&M, it's going to be a low scoring game, and they're going to pull away and end up winning the game or whatever. And they're giving them 2.5 points. They'll win it by maybe 3-5 points or something or whatever. But yeah, it's at home, bro. And they have an experienced quarterback or whatever, and Gus Meyer or whatever. So,
well, we will see. We will see. We'll talk about it Monday. Or for the Monday show, right? We recorded Sunday night to be open and honest and transparent with everybody. But we will discuss it. We'll see who was right, whether it was Gangsterville or McGee. That's the next show, whatever we're gonna call it, with Gangsterville or McGee. And only one of us show up, not both of us. This was fun. 3 big games this weekend. That'll be great. If you please if you are watching on YouTube, please, would you hit that little subscription button, hit that little notification button. We're going to two times a week, just a few more weeks until the end of the season. And then we will keep it coming all off season like we do. If you prefer the show as an audio product, it's available at betyourash.com or on the Bet Your Ash feeds on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We put out the national show on our website. If you want to go check it out there, it's national.com. And while you're there, you can grab all kinds of very stylish merch. Very, very, very stylish merch. Like really, really cool stuff. And shout out to Angela for helping us with that. It's been really great. Yeah. And so if you're into social media, I don't have any. Just leave me alone. But Gangsterville does. I'm kidding. I have X. I don't look at it a ton.
So you the reason I joined X.
That was a long time ago. Remember? Right. It just launched. It was 2009. Right? At DJ Maniac McGee, if you really want to say hi, but don't leave me alone, please. Gangsterville has tons of social media. So you can get him at Linktree /Gangsterville, GAINSTAVILLE, and it'll have boom, 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 boom. All of his social media, all of the sites where you can check his music out. You should go to all of them, like his music on all of the platforms, share it from all the platforms. That's super, super helpful to your friends that make music. And we have a Linktree too. I brought up Gangsterville's Linktree to tell you that we have one too. It is /National Show, NATIONOLESHOW. All our links right in one place for your convenience. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Did I forget anything?
You got it, my brother.
All right. Well, as always, go Noles.
Yes, sir. Go Noles.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gangsta, Fizil, and McGee.